Hello everyone, welcome to Malin Chess Kids. Today I'll show you the game played by Yuto and Ahmad Ashrafi. The game starts with pawn to d4, d5, c4, e6, knight f3, c6, e3, knight f6, knight f3, knight b to d7, and after this position, this is the first 5 move, and you can see that both is developing both of the knight into the center of the square, and from here you can see white is just slightly better in the position. Then the game continue, bishop to d3, d takes c4, and now the bishop capture c4, then b5 attacking the bishop, and the pawn is attacked the bishop, and after this the bishop to d3 and a6 was played. Then white continued to play a pawn to e4, preparing to push and attack the knight. And after this, you can see that the white has a very strong attack of the center of the square, and it also allowed the bishop to attack the knight and pin the queen. So after this, bishop to e7 was played and preparing for a short castling. Then e5 was played to attack the knight, and now the knight to d5 to the center of the square move, and you can see that in this position white is better as the pieces is more have activity. Then the knight capture the center knight, knight takes d5, and after this the pawn takes d5, c takes d5, and here in this position the white try to secure positioning and play a h4 and attack, and g5 and also attack the square. So after this, the black play queen to c7, and the better solution will be the pawn to h6 and prevent the knight to go to knight g5. So in the actual game, the black play queen to c6, and after this the knight go to g5, and here the bishop capture knight g5, g5, and this the black play g6 and bishop to d2 was played, and here this move the bishop is one of the good idea, as the white plan to have the bishop to move at this path, and this blue is indicate the critical path to attack the queen from bishop to c1 to d2, then to b4 and c5 and go to b6, and this is one of the white strategy. So after this, the black play knight to b8, and here the white keep on develop and bring the rook to c1 and attack the queen, rook to c1, and now the knight to c6 prevent the attack. Then now queen to g4, attacking the pawn at you protect the pawn at d4. So queen to g4 was played, then bishop to b7, and now the bishop to b4, and here the knight cannot take the bishop as the rook is pinning the queen. Then queen to b6, and after this the bishop to c5 attacking the queen, and now the queen to a5 and check, and here the king just move away from the check, king to f1, and after this the best move for the black to worth trying is to play castling to the king side, and to have the king away from the queen attack. So in the actual game, the black capture the free pawn. Queen takes a2, and after the capture of the pawn, here the white made a very interesting game and one of the great moves. Can you figure out how the white continue to play in this position? I give you a couple of seconds to figure this out. Well, congratulations for those who found the answer, and for those who like to enjoy the show, here are the beautiful moves that the white play. The white play bishop sacrifice, bishop takes g6, and here is one of the very strong moves, and which caused the white to win by 5 points ahead. So after the bishop capture the pawn, and the white is planning to capture the e6 and checkmate the black. So after this, if the black capture with the pawn, then you can use the rook to capture the free rooks and check the king, and then you can capture again the rook, and after this you'll be winning ahead of in material. So for example, the rook takes the rook and check, and after king to d7, then the rook can just capture the rook for the exchange, or you also can play rook to h7 and take the pawn and check the king, and here the white is definitely winning in the game. Another example is if you capture with the pawn, then the queen will just capture the e6 pawn, and after this the king only has one move, king to d7, and you have bishop to b6 and checkmate. So in the actual game, after bishop takes g6, and the black thought that it's best not to capture with either of the pawn. Therefore, the black capture another free pawn, b2 pawn, and after this, and here the white win in just another 2 moves. The white just capture the e6 pawn and check the king, and the pawn cannot capture because it was pinned by the bishop. So after queen takes e6, and again the king have only one place to move, or you can block with the knight. If the black block with the knight, you can use the knight to take the knight, and there will be the checkmate. If the king move again to the d8 square, then the bishop you go to b6 and checkmate the game. And here you have a typical checkmate pattern which is called the Boden checkmate. And here with this, thank you.